Are you hungry? Because if so, you're in the right place. Today we're making Birria Tacos.
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. We're going Mexican. We're making my favorite kind of tacos, Birria Tacos. But before we have a look at this board here, please do me a huge favor. If you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and check the bell icon so you get a notification every Tuesday when a new episode comes out. Now let's have a look at the board. Here we have our birria stew. The meat is in there, as you can see. So we're going to take the meat out, but this is done. But let me show you how we did that. Except for the meat, this board is what we need for our birria stew. We have ancho peppers, ajillo peppers. There's 8 and 10. We have 1 onion, 4 garlics. We have 8 tomatoes. We have a bit of apple cider vinegar, and we have some beef stock that I had in the freezer. But you can also do this with water, but obviously stock will give a deeper flavor. And in terms of spices, we have bay leaf, 3. We have half a cinnamon stick. We have about a tablespoon of black peppers. We have Mexican oregano. We have some cumin. We have some coriander seeds, and we have some cloves. Oregano is about a good teaspoon. Same for cumin and the sesame seeds. And cloves we have 5. And we'll get this started. Obviously you need the meat as well, but I didn't have space on the board, and we're using these ingredients here first. So let's get a pot and let's get this started. We'll start with our tomatoes. I'm just going to halve them. And then we'll move on to the chilies. And for our chilies, we just need to, and it's easiest with a scissor, just need to cut off the end. I'm keeping the peppers, the seeds in. We cut them a little bit smaller. Do that to your chilies, and then we'll continue with the rest. I'm just correcting my statement a bit. I'm not keeping all the seeds, because these Ancho Chillis have a lot of seeds. So you just shake them out like that, and then cut them. Garlics in whole, onion half, quarters. And also in with all our spices. Shake it around a bit. We add some of our beef stock, maybe half of that. I don't know, maybe this was 300 grams. And the rest water. Just to cover it. Now this goes on the stove. And we'll kind of simmer that for 20 minutes. In the meantime, you can set up your kitchen blender, because we're going to blend the sauce afterwards. I'll see you in about 20-25 minutes. We are good to go. I'm going to transfer this into the blender. Now, like the cinnamon stick, we'll discard that. You can leave it in, but I prefer it without. The same goes with the bay leaves. That's it. We'll just strain out the rest of the liquid. And miss the garlic. And keep the liquid. We're going to use it again. On with the lid. And this will be loud, so I'll see you once this is done. See where we are in terms of consistency and taste. It's perfect. I mean, there's no salt in there, right? So it's not done yet. This is going to braise with the meat afterwards anyways. We're going to add salt then. But that's a great basis. So we put this to the side. And next up is the meat. We have two different pieces, short rib and oxtail. It's about 1.5 kilos. Now the rest of the stuff will take place there. We're first going to sear it, and then we're going to braise it in the nice liquid we just did. So let's move over to the stove. You just get a bit of neutral oil in there. And you want this to get really hot. You can tell that it's hot when the oil starts to smoke. We want to get a nice color on these pieces. You can start turning them. You want to color them on all sides. You can also do this with tongs, like that you don't burn yourself. Don't be an idiot like me. It's all about getting those roasting aromas out. Now we're happy. We're putting back the sauce we made, and I've already mixed it with the rest of the stock. We're going to add a little bit of water as well. We're going to let this come to a proper boil, and then we're going to turn it down to simmer and let it simmer for about 3 hours, 3.5. We use the same bowl for the water so we can clean up at the edges. A little bit more so that it just covers it. Perfect. That's in about 3.5 hours. Now we can see it's coming to a boil. What I forgot to say is we'll put a lid on. Turn it down just to simmer and put a lid on it. So our 3 hours are over. And this is our beautiful birria stew. And now we just have to take the meat out, put that separate. Beautiful short rib, folding apart like it should. And our oxtail. Can you imagine how good this tastes now? We just basically need to reduce it a bit and add salt. So we'll just turn up the heat, get it boiling again, reduce, add salt, taste, and then we're basically done. But I'll see in a couple of minutes once it's boiling. So it's fully boiling again. We don't have to reduce it by much, but we do need to add quite a bit of salt to it. Let's give it a try. Needs another good 2 pinches. It's getting there. We'll let it reduce a bit more, and then we might add a little bit of salt at the end. Give it another try. That's perfect. Let's move over to the bench again. So we'll do a final sieving. And once you're done with this, we're going to pick the meat off the bone. So I'll see in about a minute or two once this is done. Just put the sauce to the side. Now what I like to do is to put the meat back into the stock or the sauce or the soup. And just let it lie in there until you're ready to serve it up. Just remove all the meat from the bone. With the tail it's a bit more annoying. But if you leave it to cool a little bit, you can do it easily with your hands. Got a short rib as well. And yes, you need the fatty part. And once you're done with this, that's basically your birria stew. It's not difficult, but you need a couple of hours. So next to the birria stew, we need corn tortillas. We need some chopped onion, just standard, chop it finely. Need a bit of chopped coriander, lime, and some Oaxaca cheese. It's quite a neutral cheese. Has a bit of sourness to it, but it's a cheese that works perfectly for this, but I wouldn't try to start slicing it and putting it on my bread. But basically everything that's happening now happens at the stove. So we'll go over there and film how we make our birria tacos. What I will do off camera is I will just lift out all the meat so that we're just left with a wonderful kind of stock soup that we're going to use later for dipping the tacos. So you won't see that, but lift out your meat. You saw how we did it already. And now we're moving over to the stove and we'll start making our birria tacos. Our pan is warm. We dip our tortilla in the top part where there's more fat. Wait for it to color a little bit. I think we should be okay to turn them now. Now we first go in there with our meat. I wouldn't overfill them. I think that's a good size. Rather have more of them. Maybe a little bit more on this one. And some our onions. That was a very big piece there. I'll take that off again. Some of our Oaxaca cheese. Last but not least, a bit of coriander or cilantro, depending on where you're from. Now we'll make them into our tacos. Press down a bit so that they stay. And I will leave them a bit like that, and then we'll turn them just to make sure that the cheese is melted. At the same time, off camera, I'm going to put some of the stock we have left into a bowl. Try to stick in whatever falls out. Or eat it. Works too. Press down a bit on them. And for you, I'm only making 2. But I would say a good portion, depending on how much hunger you have. 4 to 6 maybe. And that's it. Our birria tacos are ready. Let's move over and give it a... Well, first of all, we're going to plate them up. So let's move over and plate it up. We have our plate and we have a bowl. In this goes our wonderful broth. In the broth we put a bit of onions on top, a bit of coriander, and now it's time for our tacos. I will put 2 slices of lime on there as well. And that's our dish. Let's give it a try. But before that, if you stuck with me this far, there must have been something you enjoyed about this episode. So do me the huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. It's just down there, takes you a second, but it's really valuable to me to get my content out there in the YouTube universe. So do me that favor. But now, let's give it a try. This is gonna get messy, so I'll make sure we have paper towels. Some lime. I'm first gonna eat it without dipping. It's so good. Still quite hot. Let's see if we can manage this. Like I said, it's a messy dish, but nothing some paper can't help. It's creamy, spicy. And it's nice and fatty, but at the same time has a nice freshness to it from the coriander, from the lime juice. I'm not gonna bother you anymore with my messy eating. Take my word for it. I will just try this. This is almost the best part. Such a deep broth with a nice chili heat to it. Not too much, but it's enough chili there to kind of do the trick. Now, if you have any questions about the dish or the recipe, leave them in the comments below. I always answer them relatively quickly, as you know. And before we go, if you're not subscribing to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and check the bell icon so that you get a notification. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.